I just took this trade that made me 919 in about 20 minutes, and I want to break it down for you step by step so you know exactly how I approached the trade and then what I did wrong or right, and I will tell you exactly how I took the trade so maybe you can learn something and use this strategy to take a trade next time. And if you want to learn more about the strategy, put it in the comment section. I'm thinking about making a Discord where I can teach this in one-on-one too. So my bias for the day was to the downside. I was looking for a short setup because the overall structure was showing me that we're going down today. And how do we know we're going down today is we have to mark our highs and lows. But before you do any of this, you want to be checking the news first for the day. Today, I couldn't be on Forex Factory. I don't know why, because their website was down today. I was kind of confused. But looking at my bias, I still took a trade. Since I couldn't look at Forex Factory today, it was kind of a risk. But looking at my bias, I knew what I was doing, and if I wasn't getting a trade to the downside, I was not going to trade today. So back to what I was saying. First thing you want to do is go to the 4-hour chart. You want to mark your highs and lows. We had this high, we had this low over here, and then you want to go to the 1-hour chart and do the same thing. Highs and lows, same thing, right? You want to go to the 30-minute chart, mark out your session highs and lows. If you don't know what that is, that means whatever happened in Asia session, you want to mark the highest point and the lowest point. We don't mark this lowest point because that lowest point got hit in London session, so we don't care about that no more. And then same thing in London session, mark the highest and the lowest point in that session. After this, we were done for our first step. Yes, those 3 things are our first step. You need to do that every single day. After that, we on 5-minute chart looking for our liquidity sweep because that's one of our first confluence to take a trade every single day. And as you can see, this high gets taken out around 3 times. I thought the market was going just go sideways because it did that. It just kept making equal highs, equal lows. But after this, we started seeing a reversal to the downside, and now we're getting a reversal to the upside. So if you're taking a trade right now, which you shouldn't because it's a lunchtime and we don't trade during that. So if you are, I'm not sure, but it's a good trade targeting these highs up here. But we're not talking about that right now because we only trade 1 time a day, and I already did that today. So then I spotted a liquidity sweep after the market broke previous high. That was my first signal that the market is going to do a reversal and our bias is correct for the day. But we can't just put sell like that because it doesn't work like that. We have to use our other confluence to actually take a trade. I didn't just jump in the trade. I used multiple time frame confluence to confirm the trade. On the 5-minute chart, I saw a break of structure followed by equilibrium level 1, then 1-minute break of structure giving me a perfect entry. I will break those 3 down for you right now, but I just want to tell you that we don't just take a trade like that for no reason, right? So here we have it right here. We got this 5-minute break of structure here. That's her first confluence being hit, that the market is switching its structure and going down, right? I had this fair value gap, but closed and made an inverse fair value gap, and that does happen sometimes because the market might want to go all the way up and hit our equilibrium, which I call EQ because it's a short form. And how you mark that is you go from the highest to the lowest if you're going to the downside. If you're going to the upside, you mark it from the lowest to the highest. If that makes sense, then you should get it. If you're someone new, I know it's so confusing, but you just gotta learn it, then you'll know what I'm talking about. So I use equilibrium to take this trade instead of fair value gap because it didn't get hit, and I didn't just trade randomly. I used another confluence that we can use after break of structure. I used this one, equilibrium, from high to the lowest point that was made at the time. And as you can see, this candle goes up, hits it, and then start going down. And then that's when we move to our third confluence, which is a 1-minute break of structure or inverse fair value gap. You could use any 2 of these. I usually do break of structure. I got one right here after the market hit equilibrium. I got this break of structure. I entered the trade targeting previous lows that was made in London session. I wanted to target this one, but I don't know, I just had a feeling the market just going not do me a favor. And as you can see, it barely touched it. I would have just, I don't know, lost money I guess if I did use that low. And I usually don't go that low because I usually trade for like a 1-to-1 or 1-to-2 RR, and 1-to-2 I believe today was this low right here, so I target these lows, and then we made 919 entering from this candle, and then our stop loss was this high right here, targeting this. Yeah, so it was a good 1-to-2 RR. Yeah, that was it about the trade. I set my take profit at previous low, aligning with where liquidity will naturally flow, and the trade went good. I closed in at for 919 in profit. The biggest lesson here is stick to your bias, watch for liquidity sweep, use multiple time frame confirmations, and always align your profits with market structure. This is exactly how I approach, and this is not no demo account. This is for a 50k funded account with Top Step. If you want more breakdowns like this, follow me for more. I post every day, and just stay consistent in the market. Watch for news. You don't really want to be trading news, and how you don't trade news is, let's say there's a news for 7:30, so we're not trading 30 minutes before or after the news, because every time if news does affect the market, it's mostly in 30 minutes to an hour. So you could do no trading an hour before or after, so you're safe. What I do is 30 minutes because that's how I was taught. So if the news is at 1, we're not trading at 12:30 from 1:30, right? So we're not trading for an hour, because that's usually how it affects the market. Because news, you can't really tell what it's gonna do for real. So you don't, either you could just guess, but that's like gambling at that point, or just don't trade for an hour. Your world is not gonna fucking change, so just don't trade. That's it. Follow my TikTok, follow my Instagram. I'm trying to post short form videos too, but I'm just trying to figure out a good way how to do that. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one.